Just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580 is pleased to partner with the Empowerment Congress once again for their 34th annual summit. The summit's theme is From Vision to Action, a forum to unlock participatory democracy, and will feature a nonpartisan gubernatorial candidate forum focused on issues of importance to the African American community. The summit is the signature public policy-oriented observance of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy during the national 3-day holiday weekend that celebrates his life. This year's summit will be held on Saturday, January 17th, 2026 at the California Science Center in Exposition Park from 9 to 11 a.m. Admission is free, but registration is required at KBLA1580.com. All major announced candidates for California governor for the Democratic and Republican Party nominations have been invited to participate in the candidate forum, which will be moderated by Tavis Smiley. An all-star panel of journalists will pose questions to the candidates, and the forum will be broadcast live on KBLA Talk 1580. This is going to be a big year for local, state, and national politics. The political pulse of 2026 beats on KBLA Talk 1580.
I got bankroll, big stack on me, and it can't fold. Animated, real life, tripping out the when that gone. Run it up, mega play. Goddamn, that's a lot of bass. It's the summertime, I keep running mine, tryna live good. I don't want the drive, I be biking it. I be macking it like a Mexican. I be stacking the chips. Don't compare him. Don't you dare him. Me falling off, man, that's real slam. I might AP, I might BP, I might dub P. I'm a real P. I don't perk it all. I just smoke weed. Gotta feel me, cause I'm so me. Yeah. Gotta feel me, cause I'm so me. Cause I'm so me. Cause I'm so me. I don't perk it all. I just smoke weed.
KBLA Talk 1580. Listening to First Things First. I'm James Farr. I'm sitting in for the Queen Dominique DePrima, who is enjoying her holiday, her respite, her time off, and I'm sure she is missing all of you in the KBLA delegation. It's now 2 days before Christmas, and we've held it down here, Miles Lowe and I, promising not to break this thing, and we're going to keep it intact for when Dominique makes her return after the new year, right? So y'all got me in here next week, and I'm going to keep these conversations going live right here on First Things First. And you're welcome to hop into the conversation at 800-920-1580. That's 1-800-920-1580. And joining me this hour, he's a coach, player developer, college hoops to the NBA. He's worked with Damian Lillard. He's worked with DeMar Rosen. Discipline, professionalism, on and off the court. Today we're framing up this conversation about taking your shot and what that really means. I am honored. We did it just before Thanksgiving. We're going to do it before Christmas. 2 Farrs, 1 mic. My brother Chris Farr is in the building. Well, on the phone. Chris, how you doing? Good morning, brother.
Come on. I'm doing fine. God is good, man. Good to hear from you, brother.
Oh, man, it is such a treat. You know, this all came about, you are probably, for folks that know you, know your history, know your 30, 40-year career, they also know that you're not somebody that's on social media and you're not somebody that's out there, doing things for glory. It is really about the story and the work and the cause that you do. So I saw this video with you and Damian Lillard on social media, and I just laughed, one, because you were in it, and that's not something that you typically do. But I wanted to as we get into this, I'm gonna take you back to something, and I hope you can remember. And even if you don't remember, the message will remain the same. I certainly was not the hooper that you were, and there were expectations put on me to perform like you did. And we'll get through your storied career in college and record set in Hall of Fame. We'll get to that a little bit later. But I remember you told me coming off the bench that, little brother, take your shot. You already know what it's like to be on the bench. And so as we are some 40 some odd years later, how does that same message inform you today with me? And then how do you share that with the players that you work with?
Well, if you saw the movie, what was it, 8 Mile with Eminem?
Uh-huh.
He said, you only get one shot on the mic. You better let it go. and see, because, James, man, the opportunity of a lifetime only lasts a lifetime of an opportunity. So when you get a shot to do something, you got to be prepared, and you got to be mentally ready, and then you got to let it go, because the opportunity might pass, and you'll never get that opportunity again.
That's Chris Farr. He just happens to be my brother, and one hell of a hooper. He's coached at the collegiate level. He's coached in the NBA. He's a player development specialist. Some even referred to him at one time as a dinosaur whisperer when he was working with DeMar DeRozan, getting him together up in Toronto. And Damian Lillard called him back up into Portland. Two Warriors battling, getting back together. Damian's getting his groove back. Thursday is nothing but NBA basketball all across all of your channels. We're going to continue this conversation with Chris Farr. I'm James Farr. Miles Lowe is back there in the booth. Only on KBLA Talk 1580. We got your black.
Say the quiet part out loud. KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with the world. African Focus Incorporated is a community-based organization whose mission is to bring Africans and African Americans together, lead charitable initiatives on the motherland, and educate people from all walks of life on the beauty, legacy, and opportunity of Africa's 54 nations. And it's that time once again when African Focus is teaming up with KBLA Talk 1580 for our 8th annual African Focus Trailblazers Tour. Travel with us in 2026 when we're headed to the southern African nations of Zambia and Botswana for a historical, cultural, and vacation tour led by me, Dominique DePrima, Cultural Ambassador for African Focus Incorporated. Enjoy luxurious accommodations, conscious fellow travelers, shopping, adventures, cultural tours, wildlife safaris, and a giant waterfall, one of the world's 7 wonders, along with a chance to be of service at an orphanage on the continent. Become an AFI trailblazer by exploring the motherland with a nonprofit organization that has members in Africa and America to help roll out the red carpet for you, and together we'll make a difference and have fun doing it. For more information, visit africanfocus.org or call 310-676-7300. That's 310-676-7300 or africanfocus.org. Whether it's stateside or exploring the diaspora, we're with you every step of the way. African Focus and KBLA Talk 1580. Come go with us.
If you've been diagnosed with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, this is what it sounds like to be 1,000,000 miles away. Imagine being 1,000,000 miles away. Tremfya Guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy. With Tremfya, clearer skin is possible. In clinical trials, at least 70% of patients saw at least 90% clearer skin at 16 weeks. Results may vary. Tremfya is also indicated for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Call 1-800-526-7736 or visit tremfya.com.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DePrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, look, I might pull up, flex terracotta. She wanna ride the broomstick, Harry Potter. Young, black, and bossed up, I need $8. You get the plan with my money, that's a scary problem. I think that entrepreneurship's just in my spirit. I watch how get it done and reverse engineered. My mama used to shop at Ross and get it off the clearance, but you can never tell now, looking at my appearance.
Look how they treat me like the GOAT, I'm not the normal one. I just had to step into it like a Jordan one. Drop the band down at Maestro's, order some. Then fly my to Miami, hit the Florida sun. Look, I made enough money that
KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to First Things First. I'm James Farr. I'm sitting in for Dominique DePrima, who's taking some time off over this holiday season. Joining me right now is Chris Farr. They know him as C. Farr in the NBA basketball circles. Worked with many NBA current stars like Damian Lillard, and for LA folks here, you certainly know DeMar DeRozan. Coached on the staff with the Denver Nuggets under Brian Shaw, and I can just start running down a list of the Hall of Fame and legendary collegiate coaches that you've worked under: Eddie Sutton, Jerry Tarkanian, and who am I missing? I know there's a trifecta of coaches there.
Yeah, that Max Good.
Max Good,
the Hall of Fame coach. Max Good, yes, he is.
Man, so. We were talking about that shooting your shot before we came forward, and thinking about some of these guys that you're working with now. There's a couple ways that we can approach this. You have been able to successfully do something that not many people are able to do. Is one, to make a living and a career coaching basketball, right? I mean, and you've done it all of your life and as long as I've known you. But I think most people envy or would like to be in your position because they groupies. They fanboys, right?
Wow. Watch out for the groupies, man.
I mean, how do you keep that in perspective when you're working with I hope I'm not. I mean, there's times when you're in private jets. There's times when you are in an intimate, proximate relationship and association with some very public people, but you're never in the way and you never hear anything. How do you maintain that?
Well, first of all, the first thing you got to realize is not yours, it's theirs. Okay, that's the first thing. But you got to approach it with humility. See, I started this journey a long time ago, and I love basketball and I loved it. And you weren't good enough to go to the NBA, so there's more ways to skin a cat. And Coach Cannon put me in this path for this player development. And it was like, I don't know, we got many people. I don't know how old your audience is, James, but if they watch the Beverly Hillbillies, Jed Clampett went out hunting for food, and when he went hunting for food, he shot in the ground and oil came up. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, I didn't know that my hobby of what I was doing was going to be able to provide a living for me for the rest of my life. And then I don't have a job. I have a career. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I made it so I can make myself work as much as I can, You fire and rehire yourself doing it this way. That's what. And after being fired at every university, at every year, you got to take matters into your own hands. Right. And so the player development stuff increased.
Right. I mean, well, every coach gets fired, right?
Of course. That's nature of the business.
Yeah, that is what it is. Every player retires or is forced out, right? Jordan lost his lift. But growing up in Richmond and back home, you and I had asked, I had DeMarco Farr, a delegation may remember, St. Louis Rams broadcaster, Los Angeles Rams broadcaster, and St. Louis Rams Super Bowl champion, and we were looking at this, Richmond and how we grew up in the environment, and I asked him, and I'm gonna ask you the same thing. When did coaching, not playing, become your real calling?
Well, I didn't know it. My aunt just passed. We called her Auntie May. She was my first baseball coach. She was the first one to tell me, man, quit all that crying and play, and she toughened me up. And I did not know at that time that's where it was going to go to. And then a little bit older, as I got into the sixth grade, they always said a point guard is a reflection, an extension of the coach.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't realize that I had been coaching on every team I had been on.
Mm-hmm.
That I was the extension of the coach.
Mm-hmm.
Everything through the point guard and my communication with the players. I know, and they kept telling me, man, you're going to make a great coach someday. And I didn't know that it was going to happen. Because trust me, I'd rather be playing than coaching.
Mm-hmm. but ain't nobody playing at you're older than me, and I'll just leave it that. Ain't nobody playing at my age or your age, right?
Oh, yeah. So if they see me play now, they wouldn't work out. Okay. So
you know, because I think about, you know, and I keep going back to, you know, you telling me to shoot my shot, and watching you guys play, like as the little brother, you know, some 8 years younger than you and your peers. I remember one time going to Cal and Cal Berkeley, University of California. It's their gymnasium where, you know, Bay Area hoopers, like there was real basketball being played there, but with guys that were kind of at that next level, that D1 and even pros, right? It'd just be a gang. I can think of Gary Payton being there. I can think of Brian Shaw being there, and Antonio Davis. I mean, just you name it, of that era. They were all there. You know, if they were from the Bay Area and they were hoopers, they were there. And then every now and then, y'all would let me play. And I remember one time Jason Kidd was there. You know, Jason's my age, and I get on the court, and Gary shakes his head after telling me, and I'm speaking of Gary Payton, you know, who is famous for trash talking, right?
Yes, he is.
And told me, you garbage, and looked at you and told you, your little brother is
straight garbage.
But
that's like a brother to me. He came over the other night and sat up and played a couple hands of dominoes, and he's still calling people garbage. It ain't changed.
But I had an opportunity to watch you train athletes once or twice, and it was in Vegas, NBA, I think, what, summer league or whatever you were doing, and I won't name the athletes, right? One of them is in the league right now. One of them has won a ring, and his father's famous, right? We'll just leave it at that, right? But I had a chance to just, you know, fly on the wall, watch that, right? And after you wore the AS, you know what I'm saying, out, you told all three of them to go to the Lost and Found to see if they could find their game. Like, how do you come up with some of this stuff, some of these isms, right?
We had an old man that was a pastor, Pastor Lloyd Farr, who had Farrisms. So some of that stuff is just passed down through the Farrs and some of them, man. But you try to keep it 100 with these cats. These cats don't, a lot of time they don't have truth tellers around them. They have people who just, you know, push them on. So I've been one that has a reputation of standing my place but telling the truth at the same time, and getting respected in the field for that, you know. And that's what kind of transpiring. You got to try to teach the cats to stay ready so they don't have to get ready. You know what I mean? And if they got the mentality and a good work ethic, you can do something with it, man. You know.
That's right. Miles, you got that clip ready? I want to play some sound for you, because this one was funny as also. Let's run it, Miles.
Let me tell y'all what Big Shaw did. When he first got in the league, I went to the house. This before they start selling them in the store. Big Shaw, I said, I need some socks. He said, go up there in the sock box. So I go up there in the socks. He got all kinds of stuff. I grabbed the NBA socks. I put them in my hand, slapped them out my hand. I said, man, what you doing? Because I'm a fighter. I said, what you doing? He said, man, you got to earn these. You can't just put them on. You can't just put them on. That's all I'm trying to teach the youngsters. You can't just put them on. You can't go to Foot Locker and buy some Jerry West socks. They got some official ones in the team gear. Come on now.
So,
you hear me?
so you working with guys now, man, that are making way more money than ever before to play sports. How do you get through them? Because I think about an article. It was about Damian Lillard as you prepared him for the NBA, his rookie season, and he eventually plays all 82 games. But there was this conversation that I believe you and his father were having, and his father had to make that decision that he had to trust someone else, as guarded as his father and family was, because it's sharks out there, right? How are you connecting with younger players like that? Quite honestly, you're old enough to be their father, but you certainly draw a line and don't show up as a partner.
Right, because see, I got a different approach. I got taught an example a long time ago when I was coaching, and you know how people are always trying to give other people advice. Well, I don't give advice; I give examples. So what I'm saying is, I stay out of their business, and I stay in my lane, and I stay in my place, and it becomes a professionalism of the work, and through that I give them. It's a trust. I don't advise. I only tell if they ask me to speak on it, I speak on it. If they don't, we do the work, and so I get them to buy in to the work, and that's usually how we gain our trust and respond. It's not easy. It's basketball. This thing. It's some hard work. And that video you talking about, that I guess it went viral or something, and it blew Dame up. It had the one incident with his father was when we had the lottery teams that were there to come see him work out.
Mm-hmm.
And I told Dame before we worked out, I said, look at man, you're gonna be in better shape than everybody. That's always been my forte. That's why I don't get a lot of guys, because I get them in tip-top shape. And it was like the movie Baby Boy. You remember the scene when who was that? Tyrese? Is that Tyrese? Tyrese. Ben Raines.
Mm-hmm.
And Tyrese had the gun, and Ben Raines was trying to take it to him and wiping it off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when Dame worked out for his draft workout, he had worked out an hour strong, but in his mind, he didn't feel he had did enough for the work. He wanted to keep going another hour. And I had to take the ball out of his hands, and his eyes were shaking, and the ball, you know what I mean? It was just like the movie.
Mm-hmm.
His father, I got it. I say, son, you're going to make it, man. You just like they said, I didn't do enough, but that's the kind of cat he was. He wanted it so bad to work, and now it's, we run into, they want the socks, but they don't want to earn it. He's one that earned his socks. And then they always, and then Jay, I got to say this to you, man. It's never been about me, and I'm a selfless person. It's never about me. I never wanted to be all in the video. I never want welcome to Death Row. I never wanted to do that kind of stuff. I always wanted to get they shine, and they wrote a lot of good articles on your brother and stuff, but it's never been me. Now, one dude, I hear you're talking good about your brother, but I've never made one person a pro. I can tell you how it happened. They mama kissed the right man. Chances at home, if your sister is ugly, your mother was ugly. You feel what I'm saying? It's in the DNA, man. It's in the DNA. And if you got good DNA, I can help take you on the journey. But it's never been me.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been. They got the talent to get there. They just need to, do it. And so that's why I'm not a cusser. I'm a church boy. I'm not a big cusser. I'm not a screamer or holler, because I believe to do this, I take volunteers, not hostages. So if you want to work, I got it for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you don't, it's okay to go do it with somebody else. But those who want it, we've had some success together.
That pathway, I mean, because you coached at every level. I didn't even mention at the junior college level where you actually coached. Somebody that folks may be familiar with, and go, and then you had one Percy Miller better known as Master P.
Yeah.
On your college roster as a coach, for folks that know or don't know, No Limit Records started up in the Bay Area, Richmond, just around the corner from the college where you coached, the No Limit record store. What was Percy like? What was P like? What do you remember about him? I know that was a long time ago.
You just said somebody called this morning. We would talk about. It's funny how this happened. That's how it worked. Well, P was one that he was a good player, but we had an incident one time, and we had lost it. We had took an L, and we didn't take many, but we took an L, and they was rapping on the van ride, because you got to ride by it. You go from plane, from vans to planes. You know what I mean? We was on vans. That was the old days, and they were rapping. I say, man, y'all need to cut all that rapping out, and y'all got to stop that and get serious. You got to make a decision. You either gonna play basketball or you gonna rap. Well, 2 years later, 2 or 3 years later, he called me on the phone. He said, "Hey, coach, how you doing?" He said, "Man, I got a hit wrestling." About it. I think he was worth about $200 million at the time, and I wasn't making a red cent, right? I wasn't making no money as a junior college coach. I want to join the group with him. I was.
You was a No Limit soldier. I don't think.
Wanted to be a No Limit soldier. He took 7 players off our team. Man, he's always been that kind of guy. He always looked out for the guys. All that. And then I remember another incident we had. They had done something that they weren't supposed to be doing. Then the police had surrounded the whole gymnasium at the school, and they were coming in the locker room. And my players had done something wrong. We were like, we were like second chance kids. We were getting, and they walked past everybody in the locker room, and they took about 4 or 5 of them and left Master P. But he was the leader of everything. He never got his hands on nothing. He was always a smart man.
I forgot about
that. Good friend and a smart man.
I remember it.
He was a good man, man. P, I love P.
Yeah, I mean, it's really like y'all were last chance you before Netflix, right? That really was
at that time we had C Murder.
Yeah,
C Murder was playing in.
Yeah,
before it did. Silk was in high school at the other little high school. Yeah, but we had them here. They were good, but P still got a good relationship. Of all these, he's a good man.
Well, Chris, can you stick around with us for us? I gotta take a quick forward break, but when we come forward, I want to talk a little bit more about what that life is like in the NBA, right? Like working with these players, what it's like in the locker room, just some of the things that you're able to experience, and then maybe we have a college coach or a young aspiring AAU coach out in the delegation listening. Like, get them some words of encouragement of what they can do to, you do something that's very special, not something that very few people have an opportunity to do. That's Chris Farr. I'm James Farr. Miles Lowe is back there in the booth. News is up next. Stay with us only on KBLA Talk 1580. We got your black.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
I'm Alexandria Ikamoni with BIN News Now. Several Democratic members of Congress are describing what they witnessed inside the Broadview ICE Processing Center in Illinois. U.S. Representative Jesus Chuy Garcia spoke after he and his colleagues toured the facility with a court order.
What we witness reflects a system that treats human beings as inventory. They call them bodies, and they call it removing them as fast as possible.
The group was denied entry in June. 3 black inmates who escaped from a jail in Georgia are back behind bars. Officials announced the inmates have been captured and returned to custody. Officials say the inmates all have violent criminal histories. Snoop Dogg will be adding NBA analyst to his resume next month. He will join NBC's Peacock broadcast for the January 5th game between the Golden State Warriors and Los Angeles. Get BIN News Now on demand on the iHeartRadio app.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Both of LA's NFL teams are officially in the playoffs. San Francisco's 48-27 win over Indianapolis Monday night gave the Chargers a wild card spot in the AFC playoffs. The 11-4 Chargers are a game behind Denver in the AFC West. If the Chargers win their last two games against Houston and Denver, they'll claim their first AFC West title since 2009. The Chargers play Houston Sunday at SoFi. Congratulations to Pam Oliver, NFL sideline reporter with Fox Sports for 30 years. Pam will be inducted into the Sports Broadcasting Hall of Fame class of 2026. Pam is a 1984 graduate of HBCU Florida A&M. The Lakers and Clippers are back in action tonight. The Lakers are at Phoenix. Luka Doncic, the NBA's leading scorer, is not playing. He's got a leg contusion. The Clippers will jump it up against Kevin Durant and the Houston Rockets at the Intuit Dome in Inglewood. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
Celebrate good times, come on!
KBLA Talk 1580 congratulates Malik Books on celebrating 35 years in business.
It's a celebration.
Malik Books proudly houses one of the largest African American and diverse children's books in the nation. This is the perfect time to pick up holiday reads, meaningful gifts, and to support literacy in our community. For 35 years, Malik Books has stood strong in the Black Book Revolution, uplifting stories that heal, inspire, and transform. One reader at a time. Change your thoughts, change your life. Books are the gift that keeps giving. From all of us at KBLA Talk 1580, congratulations to Malik Books on 35 years of culture, pride, and community.
Thanks for starting your morning off with a voice that speaks truth to power and the powerless, getting to the heart of what matters most in our community. This is where authentic conversation meets real action. From breaking news and politics to culture and community solutions, this is where you hear perspectives you won't hear anywhere else. This is where we come together, get informed, and make change happen. You're inside First Things First with Dominique DePrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Good morning, sunshine. You make my day.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
Broadcasting live from Leimert Park, USA. Welcome back to your home for unapologetically progressive radio. KBLA Talk 1580.
No, they want to see me doing bad, but I'm good. Hey, but I'm good. Hey, no, they want to see me doing bad, but I'm good. Hey, but I'm good. Hey, no, they want to see me doing bad. Yeah, doing good, doing well. They ain't tell you that the real prevail. I do it big, it don't fit on the scale. Mac Dre, how I'm feeling myself. Yeah, I gotta jump in. Shorty got a pumpkin. No, they met them on. I can see it.
KBLA Talk 1580. Miles, you slapping them today. I mean, I thought we was gonna do a little bit of Christmas music, but you know, we that's that P-Lo. That's that Bay Area mix, right? Miles wanted to take us back. James Farr, I'm sitting in for Dominique DePrima. First things first, I have Chris Farr on the line with me. The name sounds familiar. That's because we are related. That's my older brother, but because it's the holidays and because I can, and I think he's probably he is the coolest person I know and someone I've always looked up to my entire life. But Nelly talks about going out of high school straight into the pros. His career path wasn't quite that seamless. He started coaching at the junior college level, worked his way up through many different divisions after what I'm now learning to appreciate was a very storied career at Sacramento State, where I didn't realize I was there. I was a kid. I was watching. I was a fan. I didn't understand all that was going on. But I think about the records that you set, in terms of 5.7 assists per game, first all time, ranked number 8th all time in assists in the school history. You set many other different records. Assists per game, you're tied with number 1 for that at 6.7 per game. I mean, I look at the team record, like the total number of points that you guys scored in the 87-88 year, 2,794, with an average scoring of 93.1. That explains why those games were so electric and exciting. Did you think that was enough to carry you into the professional level?
Well, every kid dreams of that. It's just different levels of it. I was good at the level I was on, but it's the different level, and that's called the NBA. And it's only a few spots up there, and only the cream of the crop can play up there in the big leagues. Mm-hmm. But we gave it a good shot, and we had a lot of fun doing it back in the day, and that's, and I don't like talking about myself, so I already know why you did.
That's why I said
it. And you said 8th. Let me see. I think I played 2 years there because I came out of junior college. So in actuality, I had the single season. But you don't talk about me. You go remove yourself. I don't like talking about myself. Others, when you do good, others, you talk about me. Others talk about you.
Yeah, well, I can talk about you because I was there. I was reporting in and just didn't realize it though. I was a witness and saw it. But taking that, and you end up working with Brian Shaw. And Brian Shaw has been a family friend since you guys were teenagers. And obviously when Brian was a part of the Lakers, the Lakers dynasty with Kobe, Shaq, and that run, you were also as a friend, you were there with him and supporting him. But then finally Brian gets a head coaching job after coaching under Phil Knight and the Lakers, and you get that call. What was that realization like? Because now it is the pros. You've done D1, you've Tarkanian, Max, Eddie Sutton. Those are legendary coaches, but now you're in the league.
Right. Well, I tell you, there's a saying, many are called, but few are chosen. It's better to be asked up than to be asked down. Mm-hmm. And Shaw is a man of his word. That's my brother's my best friend, but that's my best friend outside of my blood, my brother Brian Shaw. And he kept his word. He said, Farr, if I make it, you're going to be the first person I call. And not many people do that, again, the opportunity of a lifetime only lasts a lifetime of opportunity. Mm-hmm. And I had prepared for that day to come. So, I straightened up all the things in my life, and I got ready to get that call up to the NBA. And it was a great day. It was up there. And then that day that was turning pro for me, because it's more ways to make it. And I tell people in life, you might not make it planned, but it's another way. You could be a cameraman, you could be a reporter, and you still can be around the sport that you love and gave so much to. And that's what happened to me. I don't work like other people might have to go to that, but I'm doing something that I love doing. It's only one thing I love more than basketball, and that's the Lord. So, but everything else, it's just a great opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, you've been with some of your clients like at the Olympics and just, I'm trying to peek in. I know you don't like talking about yourself, but I think people have an idea of what it's like to work in this kind of environment. And so, I'm hoping that some young coach is listening today, or someone knows a young coach that says, hey, here's a guy who, he went to a small college, right? He wasn't the tallest guy, right, at that time, and incredible ball. But they won't have all of those visuals and things, but they're listening to someone who for the better part of their entire life, and certainly their adult life, has made a good living and a career. What do they need to hear, right? What if they're preparing right now and they doing workouts with kids? What's the reality in your world?
Well, okay, I got to go to the Olympics, the World Game. I did all of that. You spoke on that, but what happens is I find some of the people, it's the sense of humility that we have. You have to humble yourself, and when I started with Coach Tarkanian, and he used to had me go get his dry cleaning, and I was a man. I'm not. I mean, but and I've never been an errand boy. You know what I mean? I ain't never been my own man. But it's not that. It's humbling yourself so that if they could see if they could use you. And the problem is nobody wants to be the janitor. They want to be the president of the company. Mm-hmm. And so I started to get the coffee, and I worked my way through that, through humility. You know what I mean? And humbleness and all that. And that's the first bit of advice that I would listen. And then, I passed it on to Dame, and Dame, the reason why you can make it is because when you're in a position and somebody the people that make it is ones that can follow direction, and that's a skill set that people don't have. I can take heed, and I can take orders. And also, to make it, you have to do what you're told. And it's not. You got to remember, you might be in the radio field. You have to follow a certain way. Mm-hmm. You can't just do what you want to do, and that's the problem. People want to do just what they want to do. Mm-hmm. So if you want to do what you just want to do, you better have a lot of money.
Get ready for a 35 and over league.
I didn't have, so I had this, and then I had to act, and act it out. So that's what I tell you. Humble yourself and listen, and get up under somebody that they respect and learn from, because you don't know. And I don't do. That's why I don't do a lot of talking. I do a lot of listening, and I observe people and fit into what I do. You know what I mean? But I learn from the elders. I didn't. The people around my age, I got to learn from older people. And I have to be all of my Hall of Fame coaches. So I got to learn from the old people. Then you put it in your own. You put it in your own way. Else is there. So you then you put it in your own way, and you can become who you are.
Yeah, that's the voice of Chris Farr, Coach C. Farr. Storied career in coaching. He's coached at the collegiate level, JUCO, D1, Pro,
G League Ignite.
G League.
G League Ignite. Yeah.
Wow. And I think we gotta. I want to call this back just a little bit, because it's what did I call them? Fanboys, right? Like, I think that lesson, right? You are probably one of the most popular guys in circles because of your proximity, right? And so if you're really talking to somebody that's interested in having a career in this, right? Like, how do they avoid that fanboy? I know you said it ain't your stuff, right? That's one thing, but
no, that ain't. No, man, we don't do that in town business. It ain't like that, that ain't go down. I think some of my folks would put some hands on me if they ever caught me being a groupie. We watch out, but we watch out. But you got to act like you've been somewhere. You know what I mean? You don't get excited, even though it is exciting to be. But we don't idolize. We don't idolize people here. We respect them. But we don't idolize. I've never been a person who jocked. And I can remember we went to, when I'm naming, we went to someone famous's house one time. Brian took me with a friend and one of our other friends, and he went there and he said, "Man, can I have some tennis shoes?"
Mm-hmm.
And of a superstar athlete, he was a superstar, and Brian corrected that real quick. Don't ever ask for nothing. It's just like when our parents, when we went over other people's houses, if they offer you food, you say I ain't hungry, you just sit there. That's you know what I mean. So that's how it was with me in this athletic thing. I've always been placed, and you know what I mean. And in people, this is what I learned. It's just like I don't ask people their personal business, right? Because Jerry Tarkanian had told me one time, I asked him a personal question. He said, "Don't ever ask me nothing I might have to kill you over." You know what I mean?
Right.
So the lesson to that was to stay out of people's business. And so I've made a long career in this, 15 years of not getting in nobody's business, just staying the task. And if they can do that, because you can't. These guys like I'm going to wrote Martin Rose and Travel the World with Dame Lillard. But you got to understand, I'm old enough to be someone's father now. They, sometimes I might act a little young, and that, they listening to bank robbing music and robbing, bank robbing music, and I'm listening to Al Green and the OJs. You know what I mean? It got me. So it's a separation. We not up on the same. So we can't be peer groups. My peer group is people like Brian Shaw, Gary Payton. That's my peer group. So I let them be them, and I be them, and I keep the work, and I let them do whatever they do, and then we meet up for work. So that's what I tell the young guys. You can't run with them and work for them. That's the first thing I let. It has to be a separation. They have to respect you as that person. So you know what I mean, and I keep everything separate.
Well,
when they see me, they know it's time to work.
When we come forward, go ahead. I'll let you finish your thought. Go ahead.
No, what I'm saying is, Jim, is that if they're not going to work, they'll get me a flight back home because they know I'm not going to stay and just stay. I come for work
and hang out. When we come forward, I see you and I hear you, Molly Bell. Molly Bell said, "Y'all talking about sports? It's 2 days before Christmas." There's a reason we doing it, Molly Bell. We're gonna talk about. I said at the top of the hour, nothing but NBA games on Christmas Day. That's kind of a tradition for folks. So when we come forward, Chris will give us his thoughts on what it is we're seeing, because the game looks unrecognizable to me. Nothing like I remember. Only on KBLA Talk 1580. We got your black.
More of First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. You are the fittest of the fit. Only one of you will leave here with an iFit contract for $250,000.
This is when mindset comes in.
Someone will be eliminated.
Pressure is coming down.
Trainer Games on Prime Video January 8th. Watch the trailer on trainergames.com.
Unwrap LA this winter with Metro. Whether you're heading to a family gathering or last-minute shopping, Metro's got you. Enjoy free rides across Metro on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. Move with joy. Move with community this holiday season. Go Metro.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. If you need help getting your resume in order, finding job training, or landing a job, we've got 3 great options for you. First, the City of Los Angeles has work source centers across the area offering free job support. The California Workforce Development Board can help you with everything from GED prep to vocational training at no cost to you. On the federal level, the Department of Labor's American Job Centers offer a full range of services for job seekers and businesses alike. Visit careeronestop.org, or for more info, just call California's Help Center or visit cwdb.ca.gov or call 916-657-1440. For the City of Los Angeles programs, go to ewd.lacity.gov or call 213-744-7300. All these services are free to help you get your next job. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DePrima on First Things First.
Yep. Welcome forward. Nope, it's not Dominique DePrima. It's James Farr. I'm sitting in for the Queen, Dominique DePrima, and she is enjoying her holiday season. I have a sports legend in my mind, and certainly in the mind of the players that he's helped impact. He's coached at the NBA, the college level, and does player development now. His happens to be my brother. His name is Chris Farr. Chris, they were asking in the chat, why these two brothers just talking about being brothers and stuff? I know we had a reason we were talking about this, which is, Christmas is a big day for NBA basketball. It's kind of like the only game in town, so to speak. So you got the Cavaliers and the Knicks. That's earlier in the day. You got the Spurs and the Thunder. You got the Mavericks and the Warriors. You got Rockets and the Lakers later in the day, and then close out the day with Timberwolves and the Nuggets. What are we watching? Oh, I think we probably lost Chris with some of the he's in an area getting ready to go into a gym. If he's able to get back on, we'll get him back online. All right. Yeah, so as I was talking with Chris, because I really was, Molly Bell, was trying to understand pro basketball as we see it today. I mean, it was a different era when I was more actively watching. Now we're gonna bring Chris back into the line. We got him back on. Chris, I was asking, what are we watching when we're watching today's game? You look at the lineup. What games do you like? What should people be paying attention to?
Well, who's playing? Give me the lineup.
You got Cavaliers, Knicks. You got Spurs, Thunders, Mavericks, Warriors, Rockets, Lakers, Timberwolves, Nuggets.
Well, can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
Get you a big bowl of gumbo and a tall soda water, and nothing like the NBA on Christmas. You won't go wrong with no game. You got rivalry.
Yeah, he's up to you. I think you're probably up in those hills, and we keep losing you. I'm gonna finish what he was saying, because I know where that recipe comes from. Basically what he's saying is, just kick back, relax. It's supposed to be raining on Christmas also out here in LA, and so be careful when you are out there and on the road and out there in them streets. If you guys want to holler at us too while the phone lines are still open, it's 800-920-1580, 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, I'm going to do one final segment, see if we can get Chris back on the line, and we'll continue this conversation. Stay with us only on KBLA Talk 1580. We got your black.
More of First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. You are the fittest of the fit. Only one of you will leave here with an iFit contract for $250,000.
This is when mindset comes in.
Someone will be eliminated.
Pressure is coming down.
Trainer Games on Prime Video January 8th. Watch the trailer on trainergames.com.
Are you coughing a lot, especially at night? Are you often short of breath? Are you using your rescue inhaler often? These could be signs that your asthma is not under control. To keep your asthma in check and help prevent an asthma attack, ask your healthcare provider for an asthma action plan. This is a personalized plan you create with your doctor that shows you what to do and what medicines to help control your asthma and to use when you're having a hard time breathing or when you're having an asthma attack. Please don't wait until you're having an asthma attack. Do something about it now. Schedule a visit with your healthcare provider today to make that action plan and take control of your asthma. For more tips and resources on the management of asthma,
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DePrima on First Things First.
That's right. We can't get Chris Farr back on the line. He's in an area that the cell service is just not supporting this conversation. But I am grateful that he had the time to call in. I know he is running into a workout with some of his clients and players. It was just an opportunity to, talk a little bit more about basketball, brothers, keeping it light in this holiday season, Molly Bell. We cover a lot of heavy subjects right here on First Things First, just across all of the KBLA platforms and shows. And so I, in filling in for Dominique during this season, during this time, of course we love the delegation. And, I just wanted to keep it light on me. It's been a heavy year for most of us and for all of us out there in that Altadena, Pasadena area. It's been the longest January, right? I mean, I know January is just now, 10, 11 days away from now, but it's been a long journey for a lot of people in my community back where I'm from. And so, specifically speaking to folks in the Altadena, Pasadena area, understanding what you're experiencing right now. I understand it's different. I would ask the KBLA delegation, if you're hearing me right now, whatever time that is, be it Christmas Eve, be it on Christmas morning for your breakfast, be it on Christmas afternoon, be it Christmas dinner, whatever it looks like for you in your normal custom or tradition, that you remember the community members up in Altadena who many of them have something that just doesn't look the same. And it's not about the toys. It's not about the presents. It's about the peace of mind, right? It's about their sanctity being disrupted. It's about Southern California Edison negligence and being the causation of a fire that intersected with a 100-year storm. That's all I got for y'all. I'm here next Monday and Tuesday. It's the eve before Christmas Eve. Miles is back there seeing family, and everybody's going to do their thing until I have another opportunity to speak with you. Tavis Smiley is up next. It's the best of Tavis Smiley. He has an amazing program, highlights of some of his best episodes. Look forward to seeing you next week. As always, Agape.